All right, so here we have a 2015 Dodge Charger. Customer asked me when getting the price for it, could I come look at it to see if whether or not it needed a full detail or not. And I asked him how long had it been since it got its last detail, and he said over a year. So I said it definitely needed a full. And once we got here, this is what we seen. He just drove here from Alaska, and clearly it needed a full without question. So that's what we're about to do. Guaranteed on this one, a full detail, not getting it mixed up. So as you see, this is all stuff from work and stuff. But in Alaska, you know, they put salt down and different things for the ice and stuff. So it definitely needs a full detail to get all that off of. Okay, good. The camera is picking it up. This isn't just dirt. Apparently, while he was in Alaska, it looks like he used a brush car wash to clean his car, and all over the car are these micro scratches. We're going to do minor scratch removal, but when it comes to full-blown, full car compounding to remove all these scratches, we don't do it. I actually do not recommend it, especially on daily drivers, because you know, people watching this that has dark colored cars to black colored cars, the stuff will come back. And when you compound a vehicle, you're taking away layers of clear coat. So that helps your paint, your clear coat to become less effective, causing more problems than actually helping it. So that's why we don't do it. And the place where I always send my body work and stuff, the guy, he don't do it either because he don't recommend it either. So here's the interior. Show the door jambs. See, and you can really see it. Those micro scratches. We'll wash it and I'll film what it looks like when it's actually cleaned up too. Alright, they've got a kid. Definitely was not a question. This thing needed a full detail. So Dustin's actually earning his money today. As you see, I actually had to take a seat to work on the front. So here's this. I'm gonna do it before instead of after telling you. Just because you have bug residue or bugs on the front of your car and we clean it doesn't mean it's gonna get all of it off. What happens is when bugs hit your car and you don't clean it off immediately, say you're taking a road trip. For instance, you know, these may just be from him driving from Alaska to North Carolina, but the time between that road trip and we're cleaning it, bugs eat away at the clear coat and will leave their impression in the car. So we're gonna, as you see, he's over there scrubbing away. We're gonna clean it, wax it, and like I said earlier, we're not doing any heavy compounding. We're gonna do the best we can to make it look the best we can without being too harsh on the clear coat or the paint. To fix this though, if it is etched into the paint, which we won't know until we clean it and wax it and all that stuff, you'll have to take it to a body shop, have the body shop possibly do the full compounding like I was talking about earlier to bring that clear coat down to where it's no etched in bug guts, or possibly get it repainted. And a lot of times repainted is what we tell the customer, because when you run your hand over, and sometimes you can visually see how deep the impression is into the clear coat and the paint, and you know, when it goes so far deep, there's nothing left to do but get it painted. So that's what I'm gonna say about this, and then we'll see how it looks when we're done washing it, scrubbing it, and waxing it. So on the full detail, we vacuumed and shampooed and wiped everything down with protectant. As usual, we use Meguiar's. As you see, there's no heavy shine. Everything looks nice and clean. from the factory. That's how we like it to look, like it just rolled off the assembly line, not necessarily the showroom floor, because I've seen some greasy looking vehicles that come off the showroom. So like I said, we don't like to use product that leaves things looking greasy. Just nice and clean and protected. That's what we go for. So back to the car being from Alaska. I've hit this mat probably 6 times total. Vacuumed it, scrubbed it, shampooed it 6 times. This is just like that back piece. It is stained because of the salt, the dirt, the grime. Only thing that's going to fix that is being dyed again. This is better than it was, but it's still off color from the factory. We don't put greasy protectant, any protectant on it for safety issues. Same way with those. I sprayed them and scrubbed them with the shampoo that I use, and that's what it come out like, and that's how I leave it. Even though it don't look perfect, safety is an issue when it comes to the gas, the brake, and the mats. So we don't even put protectant on that. We leave it like that. It is clean. It just don't look great. Found that under the seat. And if you remember, this was trashed from the car seat. Got all that out. Wiped everything down. There was a small dog. I don't know if I picked it up in the before picture, but all that was covered with hair. Got all that up, or most of it. There's still some stray hairs flying around here and there, but otherwise it looks good. Very happy. Alright, so the 2015 Charger is all done. We've washed it and waxed it all by hand. Came out great. As you saw in the previous video, the before videos, we were real worried about the front and those bugs, but we were able to get them off. Turned out a lot better than I was expecting. Also, we had those little scratches we had to worry about, or that I showed you. I'll show you those in a second. They're all over the car, but somehow the left side, the driver's side, was the worst. And as you can see, definitely not as visible as they were. This is all down the driver's side. So you still see them some. I wasn't able to get it all out because there was a ton and they're pretty deep. So what we found out was right. He said that he drove through an automatic car wash with the spinning bristles, and that's what it came from. And like I said, they're all over the car, but for some reason they were worse in this part right here. And then another thing he told us was that he was sideswiped not long after he bought it, and there's all these little imperfections in it that he said he's going to have to get taken care of. So, and maybe some that are worse, because sometimes after we detail a car, you know, issues, especially for used cars that people bought, they come out once it's really cleaned and stuff like that. So we found a dent here, so I don't know if that was because of the accident with the side swipe. And then where's it at? Oh, this really popped out. And then on the before video, this rear piece right here, the plastic, we were able to wipe it with our cleaner and protectant. It'll last a little bit, but the only thing to really fix that would be either to paint it or have it re-dyed. So did what we could though. It'll look good. It does look good and will last for a while. So that's the outside.